For Monday Motivation, we continue with our Back to School with WBRC series, but this week's segment is for you adults. Leadership trainer, author, public speaker, Pete Blank joins us now to explain. Good to have you with us again.
Good to be here.
So you're talking about being a writer.
Right, you want to be a writer, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you know, we talked about reading, writing, arithmetic, but I think that as adults sometimes we don't write as often as we should, especially if we're home or in work or things like that. So I just want to share a few tips today.
And you actually mean pen and paper, not typing.
Exactly.
Not texting.
Well, the first thing is journaling. And when you say journaling, it freaks people out because they're like, okay, so I've got to go buy myself this big thing and write every single day. I'm talking about every day when you get home, if you've got something by your nightstand or something by your desk and you're like, I'm going to write what I'm grateful for, take a minute, or I'm going to write a thought that came in my head or a project. That's what I'm talking about. So a lot of times people hear journaling and they're like, I don't want to write and journal a whole thing. No, but if you go back after a year and look at all the things you're thankful for or things that you've captured, you've written something. You've written something nice.
Need that. You know, I try to write when I can for our web. You know, there's ways you can write for other people.
Yeah. You all got thank you notes out in your hallway out here.
Yeah.
People write thank you notes to each other. Kudos. So it's not just about writing for yourself. It's about writing for other people, especially if you're still in the workplace or if you write emails. Remember, there's tone of voice that can't be read in an email.
That's true.
So when you're writing things, you can connect, you can inspire people. And again, what about if you're a parent or a grandparent watching right now? When you get older, your kids will go, what did grandpa believe about this? Or what did grandma do? And they're like, man, I wish they would have written it down. So if you're getting older in life, start writing down some of the things you remember that you can pass on to your grandkids, neat stories, things like that.
You know, I will say when I write stuff down, it helps me remember it. I can, you know what I mean? It's more clearly in my memory.
Right, and not just on a sticky note, because those get thrown away, but you can write down things that can help you to get better. Have you ever wanted to write a book? You ever thought about the Mike memoirs?
Yeah, nobody wants to see that.
I would buy that. But again, by writing, you can leave a legacy. You can tell people great things that happened in life. Because again, writing, it helps to clear your mind, helps with your mental stress, declutter, and helps you do good things for others.
Good Motivation Monday for us, and continue our series last
Arithmetic next Monday.
We're getting into math.
We're getting into math.
It
was my understanding there'd be no math.
That's my understanding every day. All right, Pete Blake, we do appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, we'll be right back.